5, 6, 7, 8.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Isla Rabiatul Airin. I'm from class B 2018. Now I'm the 5th semester, and this video is a mid test for English for specific purposes course by Mr. Adi Isma. And in this time, I would like to explain about the material that has been given by Mr. Adi from the first meeting until the 7th meeting. There are 6 materials I wanna explain. The first is the origins of ESP. According to Tom Hutchinson and Alan Waters Lancaster in 1986, English for specific purposes is teaching which has specified objectives. As with most developments in human activity, ESP was not a planned and coherent movement, but rather a phenomenon that grew out of a number of converging trends. We can identify 3 main reasons common to the emergence of ESP. The first is the demands of a brave new world. The second is a revolution in linguistics, and the last is focus on the learner. The second is the development of ESP. From its early beginnings in the 1960s, ESP has undergone 3 main phases of development. It's now in a 4th phase with a 5th phase starting to emerge. The first is the concept of spatial language register analysis. Register analysis is an analysis of grammatical and lexical features of the language used for particular purpose or in particular social setting. The second is beyond the sentence, rhetorical or discourse analysis. In this stage, the second phase of development shifts attention to the level above the sentence. The third is target situation analysis. According to Hutchinson and Waters in 1987, target situation analysis was aimed to take students' existing knowledge and setting on a more scientific basis by establishing procedures for relating language analysis more closely to learners' reasons for learning. The fourth is skills and strategies. In this stage, we concern to the 2 things: thinking process underlie language use, and focus on underlying interpretative strategies. The last is a learning-centered approach. ESP concerned with language learning rather than language use. The third material is course design. Course design is a process and methodology for creating a quality learning environment and experience for students. The focus of this course design is to bring together optimal learning experiences for students in an environment that supports and values learning and intellectual development. We can identify 6 main stages of development. The first is classical or traditional grammar. The second is structural linguistics. The third is transformational generative grammar. The fourth is language variation and register analysis. The fifth is functional or notional grammar. And the last is discourse or rhetorical analysis. The fourth material is theories of learning. There are 3 educational learning theories that educators can utilize to help them enhance their classroom and make it better learning environment for all students. The first is behaviorism. Learning is a habit formation. The behaviorism learning theory is the idea that how a student behaves based on their interaction with their environment. The second is mentalism. Thinking as rule govern activity. Having established thinking as an activity governed by rules, it's a short step. The conclusion is that learning doesn't form habits but to derive rules, a process by which individual experiences are used to formulate hypotheses which are then tested and modified by subsequent experiences. And the last theory is cognitive code, learners as thinking beings. The cognitive code view of learning seems to answer many theories and problems. The fifth material is target need analysis. In the model, need analysis consists of two parts. The first is target situation needs and the second is learning needs. Target situation needs include the first is necessities. Necessities are about what the learners has to know in order to function effectively in target situation. The second is lack. Lack is the difference between the student's present competence and the desired competence. And the last is wants. According to Allwright in 1982, quoted in West in 1994, wants is those needs on which students put a higher priority in the available or limited time. And learning needs is what the students need to do in order to learn. The sixth material or the last material is approaches to course design. There are probably many different approaches to ESP course design as there are course designers. However, we can identify three main types of course design. The first is language-centered course design. The language-centered course design aims to illustrate the direct possible relationship between the target situation analysis and the ESP course content. The second is skill-centered course design. A skill-centered approach based on two basic principles, namely theoretical and pragmatic. The basic theoretical hypothesis is that underpinning the behavior of any language are certain skills and strategies which are used by learners to generate or understand this course. And the last is learning-centered approach. A learner-centered approach based on the principle that learning is determined entirely by students. As teachers, we can influence what we teach, but what learners learn is determined by the learner himself. I think enough from me. Thank you for watching my video, and don't forget to like and comment because your like and comment is very important for me as a grade for mid test in this course. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.